always on the go, but the day just won't be one without your Hollywood fix. Let Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast take care of that. An all-inclusive look of pop culture.
Greetings, good people of the planet Earth and the known universe. You're listening to GSMC's Entertainment Podcast. It's your Captain Keith. And today's podcast is entitled Jussie Smollett Attack, Ashton Kutcher's Phone, and Zack Snyder Returns. So let's get to it. Halsey shares the biggest lesson she learned after G-Eazy split. And what lesson is that? She's on the cover of Glamour magazine. Halsey says Halsey is just not having it. Halsey is addressing her split from G-Eazy, sharing what she learned from their breakup in a candid new interview. The Him and I duo first called it quits in July after 1 year together, before getting back together about a month later. But by the end of October, a source states that the couple had broken up once again. Though Halsey never made a public statement regarding the split, she did feel the pressure to speak about the end of the relationship. In her cover story for Glamour, the 24-year-old singer opens up about that pressure and what being in that situation. The biggest lesson I learned was to make art, not headlines, she tells Glamour, because it can become quite easy in the social media generation to go from being a musician to becoming a personality. Halsey goes on to talk about her song, Without Me, saying that it's about caring for a person so much that you end up losing sight of yourself. I call myself a collector. I collect things from people and use them to widen my artistic repertoire, so that I'm writing from a culmination of experiences from the world, she shares. But I am an imitator as well, because I'm so passionately putting myself in other people's shoes all the time. Halsey also opens up to the magazine about the suicide attempt at the age of 17, following which she spent 17 days in a psychiatric hospital and was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Okay. It was a lot of things happening at once, with a complete lack of direction, she says, with Glamour noting that the experience taught Halsey that she didn't really want to die. Thank God I learned it then, Halsey tells the magazine. Given what I've been experiencing the past couple of years, if I hadn't already had my meltdown, who knows what would have happened. To read more from Halsey's interview, check out her to Glamour magazine. She's on the cover. And in some sad news, rest in peace, Mr. James Ingram. This is a nice cover of him. Mr. Ingram died at 66 years old. A cover from his record called It's Your Night. Great soulful voice. Amazing soul singer. Ingram, let's see. Okay, here we go. Sometimes my notes get the best of me. All right. We remember singer James Ingram dies from brain cancer at age 66. James Ingram, the Grammy-winning singer-songwriter, is dead after losing his battle with brain cancer. He was only 66 years old. Sources say Ingram had been dealing with the condition for quite some time. The death was disclosed via social media posts from his good friend, Debbie Allen, who posted, "I have lost my dearest friend." Wow. James won a Grammy for his duet with Michael McDonald for Yamo Be There. Great song. He also won one for 100 Ways. Oh, man, I forgot about that song. Additionally, he was nominated for 12 other Grammys. Yeah. In the 80s, Ingram also recorded several chart toppers, including his duet with Patty Austin, Baby Come to Me. Great song. As well as Someone Out There with Linda Ronstadt. I didn't know about that one. And Ingram and Quincy Jones worked closely together over the years, recording and writing hits. He co-wrote Michael Jackson's smash hit PYT. See, I didn't know that. All right, right on. Okay. It's also been noted that during a recent Quincy tribute concert in L.A. this past September, James was noticeably absent when Patty performed their hit song "Baby Come to Me." She soldiered on without him, doing her best impression of her dear friend while singing his parts. He's an Ohio native. Ingram first received attention in the late 70s as part of the band Revelation Funk and served as pianist for the legendary Ray Charles. What? He played piano for Ray Charles? See, love my job, folks. Good people of planet Earth. I'm learning stuff as I'm reading this stuff to you, so this is really cool. I've been a fan of his. I didn't know his roots like this, though. This is really cool. But it was a 1980 demo tape on which he sang that became his unexpected career boost. He cut the demo of Just Once, a Barry Mann / Cynthia Will composition that was being delivered to Quincy Jones for possible inclusion on Jones' landmark The Dude album. Oh, and he killed it on that song too. Jones not only liked the song, he liked the singer on the tape and invited Ingram to provide the vocals to both Just Once and 100 Ways on The Dude. Of course, The Dude became an international smash, and both Ingram cuts rocketed up the pop, soul, and adult contemporary charts, ultimately landing Ingram a performance at the year's Grammy Awards, as well as the trophy for Best R&B Vocal Performance. Ingram's debut album, It's Your Night, was released to great anticipation, and it didn't disappoint. Led off by the smash duet with Michael McDonald, Yamo Be There, and The Night was perhaps the best soul album of 1983 and was highlighted by the achingly beautiful ballad, There's No Easy Way. Most of that album was also included on Ingram's 1991 Greatest Hits disc, The Power of Great Music, a nearby essential collection of romantic 80s soul music. And good people of the planet Earth and the known universe, when I get off work today, I'm going to go to the record store and see if I can get me some James Ingram. I hate to have to do it now, but you know how, I listen to a lot of music. Yeah. Anybody who knows me will tell you that. So sometimes you just forget about stuff that you want to pick up. You said you're going to do it, and then you just get distracted and you just forget. And man, James Ingram and Michael McDonald, that Yamo Be There, that always stayed with me. That and 100 Ways and Baby Come to Me. They don't make soul vocalists like him anymore. They just don't. May he rest in peace and power to his wife and all of his loved ones and his children. And more entertainment news, Gina Rodriguez's hardcore Miss Bala workouts left her unrecognizable to Anthony Mackie. Gina Rodriguez put in hours and hours in the gym for her latest role. The Miss Bala star went so hard with her workouts that her co-star Anthony Mackie didn't recognize her while she was training. Fiance Joe took me down his path of training, and he's a hardcore athlete, Rodriguez stated. During the film's junket, she stated during the film's junket, press junket, so that was definitely a world I had never entered into. It was a strict diet. It was working out 7 days a week, way too many hours a day. It's a lifestyle I don't think I want to do. No, I'm kidding. Hopefully for a character, but that's what you go through. And the cool thing is having the opportunity to go through it. Because to be honest, if I wasn't Miss Bala, I probably wouldn't have put my body through that because it's so strict. Mackie was so impressed by her workouts, saying her hair pulled back, sweaty, breathing hard. I'm on the treadmill. Like, geez Louise, these girls are going at it. The funny moment came when Rodriguez went to say hi to the actor, and he didn't know who she was. So she comes over and she goes, "Hey, Anthony, how's it going?" I'm like, "Hey," he recalls. She goes, "It's Gina." I'm like, "Gee, you are rough. You are working out. You are going for this character hard. Way to go, champ." Like, woo, you're burning 1,000 calories today. It's that determination and effort that the Jane the Virgin leading lady puts into every project, especially one which represents the Latina community. This was my first action film. Taking it on, I'm very proud of the fact that our community made it, Rodriguez expressed. And when I say our community, I mean the entire Latin community, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Colombian, Argentinian. So, okay. What was beautiful about that there's very rare, she continued, that was a very exciting experience. So I hope that fans walk away having fun and the studio sees that Latinas know how to make a great film. Not even with Gina, like put other Latinas and Latinos in front of the camera and put them on your films and have them be your leads because we're capable and we can do it. That's just very exciting to me to show that we made a really fun action movie. They should go. Miss Bala arrives in the theaters, this week on February 1st. Okay. And I will be checking it out. I've seen the trailers for it. It looks really good. So I'm going to check that out. My thing is, you make a good movie, period. And people from all cultures all over the world are capable and able of doing that. So, Ozzy Osbourne postpones UK and European leg of tour due to illness. All right, Ozzy, don't be getting sick on us now. You know, we love you. Let's see. Ozzy Osbourne is having to take a break from the road. The 70-year-old rocker became ill with the flu this week. And now has been forced to postpone the UK and European leg of his No More Tours 2 tour. I love it's No More Tours Part 2 tour. He's brilliant. I love him and Sharon. That whole family is just awesome. His team released a statement on Facebook on Tuesday regarding the news, noting the postponing was happening on doctor's orders. Okay. Yes, folks, and just in case if people didn't know, so John Osborne, aka Ozzy Osbourne, is basically like the grandfather of heavy metal music. Okay, yes, Black Sabbath. Yes, if you want to know where heavy metal music started, go to Black Sabbath. Yes, we love Led Zeppelin, and they have been cited too, but no, Sabbath, Black Sabbath. Yes. With Ozzy Osbourne's vocals originally, yes. So that's, he's kind of like a big deal. Just saying. This follows yesterday's announcement that Osbourne was postponing the first 4 dates of the tour because of the flu. After seeing his physician again, Osbourne has been diagnosed with a severe upper respiratory infection, which the doctor feels could develop into pneumonia. Given the physicality of the live performances and an extensive travel schedule throughout Europe and harsh winter conditions, wow. Okay, so Ozzy, get better. Take care of yourself. Get better, because I've seen you. I've seen you solo and with Black Sabbath, and it was awesome. So yeah. But get better. So your health is the most important thing. In more entertainment news, Zoe Kravitz. That's right, folks. The darling daughter of Lenny Kravitz and Lisa Bonet. Zoe Kravitz's ASMR Super Bowl ad for Michelob Ultra is here. Very nice picture of her in a black dress that's got lace on it. She looks just like both her parents. She's a very pretty girl. Let's see. Zoe Kravitz joins in on the ASMR fun. Zoe Kravitz has joined in on the ASMR videos that seem to be coming at a rapid pace. Since teaming with Michelob Ultra's Pure Gold USDA certified organic beer for a Super Bowl commercial. So yeah, I watched the commercial. It was cool. Organic beer. I've never had that, I don't think. So it piqued my curiosity. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me get back to the story. I get all distracted. I'm sorry, folks. I'm like, organic beer? Seriously? Well, what's... Okay, yeah, I need to know more about that. I'm going to do some investigating. All right, so back to the story at hand. The advertisement sees Zoe sitting in a plush green landscape in Honolulu on a wooden platform with just 2 mics and a bottle of Michelob Ultra. The 45-second clip features Zoe whispering sweet nothings about the beer and even cracking open the bottle and pouring it into a glass. I'm not going to lie. It was a hot commercial. I'm not going to... It was. I did enjoy it. I'm like, okay. I did some research before we shot and watched some ASMR videos. And I think it's really interesting, Zoe told Pop Sugar. Even if I didn't experience that tingling sensation, it always captured my attention in a way that I found really calming. When something can actually fully grab your attention, you're not thinking about the millions of thoughts that are constantly running through your head. I find that element to be really calming. As for teaming with the beer company, that was an easy choice for Zoe. I love the idea of an organic beer that's available to the masses, she added. I try to eat and drink and use skin products that are organic because it makes me feel better and more responsible knowing the ingredients that I'm putting inside of my body. I love the idea of being the messenger of for this wonderful organic option. I mean, that was a great thing to say, and she's right, so... Yeah. Okay. I'm going to cook when I get home. I'm going to cook. I'm not going to get any fast food. All right. I'll cook. Tyrese is enraged. His ex-wife left their child with a friend while on vacation. Oh, I love my job. Nice picture of Tyrese looking all dapper in his a black and white tuxedo. He's pinching his black bow tie. Yeah, he's cheesing. It's a good picture of him. Co-parenting is tough. Tyrese and ex-wife Norma Gibson have a tumultuous relationship that has yielded many headlines over the years. Now, according to TMZ, 30 Mile Zone, is reporting that there is more trouble in the Shattered Paradise. The media site is reporting that Tyrese was enraged when he learned that Norma flew out of the country on vacation and left their daughter Shayla with a friend. Ty is heated that Norma didn't just alert him so he could take care of his daughter instead of dumping her with a third party. In a new court filing obtained by TMZ, Tyrese claims Norma dropped the kid off to a classmate for a one-night sleepover while she headed to Trinidad. Shirley was returned to Tyrese a day later. Okay. The R&B singer and actor says he learned about the sleepover after the fact with no warning from Norma. Allegedly, Norma violated a court order from the 2014 that gives him the right of first refusal in this type of scenario. We'll be back with more on this story after this break.
Want to find out what movies to go see? Then check out the GSMC Movie Podcast. It's your ticket to the latest movies, whether it's a new blockbuster event, romantic, comedy, or action flick. This show has got it all covered. They talk some what to go see now, don't bother, what's hot on Netflix, and everything in between. That's gsmcpodcast.com/movie-podcast. When it's all about the movies, it has to be this new show. Don't forget to like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Visit gsmcpodcast.com for more info.
Once again, you're listening to Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast with Captain Keith. And getting back to the story with Tyrese and his daughter and his ex going out of town and leaving his daughter with someone who wasn't him. It states, a judge ruled that if Norma were to leave town, that Tyrese needs to be notified. Norma must appear in court now to justify leaving her child with a third party just one day before Ty's custody kicks back in. If she doesn't, she risks being held in contempt of court. Oh my. So we'll see what happens with that. J. Cole and Meek Mill set to perform at the 2019 NBA All-Star Game. Okay. Picture of J. Cole in an orange jumpsuit looking like he just got out of jail. I don't know why he wore that. That's like, it's a horrible outfit. It's like, come on, dude, really? Dreamville and Dream Chasers. J. Cole has been on the road since last year when he touched down with KOD. Since then, he has slaughtered a plethora of features and orchestrated the meeting of the minds last month for Dreamville's Revenge of the Dreams Part 3. He also dropped Revenge of the Dreams, the third. He also dropped the Scorcher Middle Child, which I've yet to hear still. I need to check. Last week. The hot streak will continue for Cole as the NBA just announced that the Dreamville boss is set to headline the All-Star halftime show this year. The All-Star game will take place in Charlotte, North Carolina on February 17th. Cole famously set up basketball-themed narrative for his mixtapes, The Warm-Up, Friday Night Lights. He kept the theme going for his debut album, Cole World, The Sideline Story. Now, Cole's passion for basketball will collide with the biggest event in the NBA. Prior to the finals, Meek Mill will also perform for the introduction of the All-Star teams. Anthony Hamilton, a native of Charlotte, will perform the national anthem, while Carly Rae Jepsen will be performing the Canadian national anthem. LeBron James is the captain for the West, while Giannis let's try this, folks. Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's the best I got on that one, folks. Will lead the East. The remainder of the Western All-Stars starting lineup includes James Harden, Steph Curry, Paul George, and Kevin Durant. For the East, Kyrie Irving, Kemba Walker, Joel Embiid, and Kawhi Leonard will join the Greek Freak. The All-Star Game draft for the remaining rosters will be televised live on TNT February 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, right on. And in more entertainment news, good people of the planet Earth and the known universe, Netflix wants viewers to stop calling Ted Bundy attractive. Netflix wants viewers to stop calling Ted Bundy attractive. The world I live in today. Oh, Man. Wow. The fact that this is a story just blows my mind. Oh, man. Oh. This guy was a serial killer who he was on death row. He got executed. And people are calling him attractive. Wow. Some viewers find the serial killer to be quite cute. Ted Bundy, the infamous serial killer, yes, people, serial killer, has been brought back into the public consciousness thanks to a new Netflix documentary called Conversations with the Killer, the Ted Bundy tapes. The film looks at Bundy's life and the relationships he had with his victims and how he used good looks and charm to lure women and eventually commit his crimes. While some people have been shocked by the content of the documentary, others have taken to social media to talk about how hot and attractive Bundy was. This unexpected reaction caught the attention of Netflix, who sent out a message to its viewers via Twitter. Another movie about Bundy's life will be released soon, with Zack Efron playing the role of Bundy. Oh, okay. The film is called Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile. And Viles. Okay. And director Joe Berenger spoke to Uprocks about Efron's casting, saying that his good looks and charm are why he was a good fit to play the killer. Other people have taken to Twitter to denounce those who have been calling Bundy attractive, with some saying that no one should be attracted to sociopathic killers. You think? Wow. Thank you for that story. I enjoyed that. LeBron James helped Octavia Spencer get equal pay on Netflix. So from one Netflix story to another. When I was negotiating my deal for Madam C.J. Walker, LeBron James had to intervene. Academy Award-winning actress had to get help from a guy to get equal pay. Yeah, something's not right with that picture. Academy Award-winning actress Octavia Spencer recently spoke at a panel at the Sundance Film Festival, where she revealed that Los Angeles Lakers star LeBron James helped her earn equal pay on a Netflix series. Spencer, who worked alongside LeBron on a biopic about Madam C.J. Walker, America's first black self-made millionaire. And she may actually be America's first female millionaire. Still not, that's open for discussion. So so described how the 4-time NBA MVP stepped in to ensure she received a fair deal compared to male cast members. I have to say, when I was negotiating my deal for Madam C.J., LeBron James had to intervene, Spencer said during the panel. And added, we need all our male counterparts to be in the fight with us. And she's right. You do. I agree. Last fall, LeBron spoke out about the wage gap between men and women, specifically African-American women, and used the backlash received by Serena Williams at last year's U.S. Open as an example. He told Marissa Guthrie of The Hollywood Reporter, what we all have to understand is what she is fighting for is bigger than just that match. He said, she is fighting for equality, always having to win more and more and more just to feel equal. Being an African-American woman playing in a predominantly white sport, she's dealing with so much more. I have no idea what was going on in her head, but I feel that struggle. King James, y'all. King James. And in more entertainment news, Xbox reveals games with gold titles for February 2019. It's a cool picture of, the Microsoft building with Xbox green logo on the side of it. People walking around. Alrighty. Let's see what we got here. Xbox gamers will have some new free games soon. Who doesn't like free games, right? Who doesn't like free stuff, period, right? Ever since the Xbox One released in November 2013, alongside the PlayStation 4, the console wars have been in full effect, with Sony and Microsoft battling it out to see who has the best console. While Sony has some great exclusives, Microsoft is known for supporting indie developers and offering free titles to its players. One of those initiatives that bring free games to consumers is the Xbox Live Games with Gold campaign, which sees free titles make their way to the Xbox One every single month. Sometimes these games are older, and other times they're a bit more contemporary. Today, Major Nelson of Xbox announced which games will be coming to gamers for free in February. Among the titles are Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon, Super Bomberman, Assassin's Creed, Rogue, and Star Wars Jedi Academy. According to IGN, the first two games were originally released on the Xbox One, while Assassin's Creed was an Xbox 360 and Star Wars was an original Xbox game. Back in January, Xbox released Far Cry Part 2, Celeste, Lara Croft, and the Guardian of Light, and WRC 6 as part of Games with Gold. So there you go. Very cool. Jennifer Lopez wows boyfriends, past and present, with sexy new selfie. Yeah. Even Jennifer Lopez's exes can't help but publicly declare how much they admire her. The 49-year-old beauty, who does not look 49 at all, whatever that look is, she does not have it. She looks like she's 30, 25. The 49-year-old beauty took to Instagram to share a sexy new snap showcasing her super fit body and steamy abs on Tuesday. She indicated the hot bod was thanks to giving up sugar and carbs for 10 days. Wow. Day 9 and feeling like I can't wait for day 10. Lopez wrote, "Who's still with us?" At A-Rod, hashtag 10-day challenge, hashtag no sugar, no carbs. At Neomoso, hashtag Neomoso, I don't know what that is. The Latin superstar's ex, Diddy, was quick to comment on the pic. OMG, he wrote alongside an emoji with heart eyes. Lopez's current beau, Alex Rodriguez, also piped in commenting, "Lucky me," right? One Instagram account then called on Lopez's ex-lover and father to her twins, also her ex-husband, Max and Emma, Mark Anthony, to add his feedback on the singer's svelte figure. And to my knowledge, he didn't reply. So, and that's all right. We understand. Zack Snyder returns to movies after stepping away from Justice League due to daughter's suicide. Zack Snyder is heading back to the director's chair. I'm excited to hear this, actually. The Batman vs. Superman and Justice League director has lined up his next project almost 2 years after announcing he was stepping away from movies. Snyder, 52, made the decision in May 2017 after the tragic death by suicide of his 20-year-old daughter, Autumn. He was in the middle of filming Justice League, which Joss Whedon from the Avengers helped finish. Snyder will be directing Army of the Dead, a zombie thriller for Netflix, along with wife and producing partner Deborah Snyder. According to the Hollywood Reporter, the movie is set to start filming this summer. And more news. Let's see. Snyder announced his decision to step down from Justice League in an emotional interview with THR, where he also revealed that Autumn had died 2 months earlier in March 2017. And though he initially went back to work 2 weeks after her death, he later realized it wasn't what was best for him and his family. In my mind, I thought it was a cathartic thing to go back to work, to just bury myself and to see if that was a way through it. Snyder told THR. The demands of this job are pretty intense. It is all-consuming. And in the last 2 months, I've come to the realization I've decided to take a step back from the movie to be with my family, be with my kids who really need me. They are all having a hard time. I'm having a hard time. The director later thanked fans for the support on Twitter after the announcement. Thanks for the outpouring of support. I can't express how much it means to Debbie and I and Autumn's mother, Denise, at such a difficult time, Snyder wrote. Autumn is his daughter from his first marriage to Denise Snyder. So that's my story on Zack Snyder returning. So we're happy he's going to be doing a movie on Netflix. I wish he would come back to DC. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I wish I could get the Zack Snyder cut of the Justice League film. Yes, I do. It was supposed to be 2 parts. I'll just start getting agitated. Let me let it go. So we're happy that he's back, and our heart still goes out to him because having to bury your child's got to be one of the roughest things in the world. So our condolences still, Mr. Snyder. But we're glad you're getting back to work. And I'm looking forward to seeing your new film on Netflix that you and your wife are making when you release it. So, and yes, I like Batman vs. Superman, and I love Man of Steel. Yeah, I said it. More entertainment news after this break.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
And once again, you're listening to GSMC's Entertainment Podcast. It's your Captain Keith. All right, and then more entertainment news. Oh, yeah. Bret Michaels' daughter, Rain, makes Sports Illustrated top 6 swimsuit models. Bret Michaels from the famous glam rock group Poison. Glam rock pop group Poison, yeah. So let's see. Rain Michaels is more than the daughter of a rocker, Bret Michaels. She's also made it to the top 6 of the Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Models contest. The 18-year-old rocker heiress announced the news on Instagram on Tuesday, sharing a modeling shot. Feeling so many emotions right now as I announced that I'm moving on to the top 6 of the hashtag Sports Illustrated or SI Swim Search, and will officially be a part of the 2019 at Sports Illustrated or SI_swimsuit issue that comes out this May. So beyond grateful to everyone that has believed in me since the beginning of this journey, and to everyone who is just joining me, I love you all too. Sure, it has been my dream to be a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model since I was 13 years old, and it's now coming true. XOXO. Her dad was also very proud and let his fans know it with a sweet message on his Instagram story. So proud of my daughter, Brett, 55, wrote, "Stay humble, kind, and always rock on." Rain is currently a student at Belmont University studying music while also modeling. In addition to her studies in modeling, Rain also had a brief cameo in 2018's The Last Sharknado. It's about time. Those Sharknado films, oh, so much fun. Rain showed her stuff during Miami Swim Week back in July at the 2018 Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Show. Okay, there you go. And in more news, Empire's Jussie Smollett, hospitalized after a homophobic racist attack. According to TMZ, Smollett told the police in an interview that his assailants yelled MAGA country during the attack. The Chicago Police Department confirmed this information and told E! News in a statement. In the initial reports, there was no mention of MAGA. When detectives followed up with Smollett later in the day, he recalled the offenders making those comments, and detectives completed a supplemental report. Police are still seeking information and evidence about the case. Variety reports that the show will continue to film as scheduled. Empire star Jussie Smollett has been hospitalized after being attacked in Chicago early Tuesday. Shortly after arriving in the city from New York, Smollett was walking when 2 unknown offenders approached him and gained his attention by yelling out racial homophobic slurs towards him. The offenders began to batter Smollett with their hands about the face and poured an unknown chemical substance on him. During the attack, one of the offenders wrapped a rope around Smollett's neck. The offenders later fled the scene, and Smollett was self-transported to Northwestern Hospital, and he is said to currently be in good condition. Overnight, the Chicago Police Department received a report of a possible racially charged assault and battery involving a cast member of the television show Empire. CPD Chief Spokesman Anthony Guglielmi states, "Given the severity of the allegations, we are taking this investigation very seriously and treating it as a possible hate crime. Detectives are currently working to gather video, identify potential witnesses, and establish an investigative timeline." The statement continues, "The victim is fully cooperating with investigators, and we ask anyone with information about this incident to contact Area Central Detectives at 312-747-8382 or report it anonymously to www.cpdtip.com. We are deeply saddened and outraged to learn that a member of our Empire family, Jussie Smollett, was viciously attacked last night, 20th Century Fox Television and Fox Entertainment tells E! News in a statement. We send our love to Jussie, who is resilient and strong, and we will work with law enforcement to bring these perpetrators to justice. The entire studio, network, and production stands united in the face of any despicable act of violence and hate, and especially against one of our own." Smollett posted video to Instagram story late Monday, showing him taking off from LaGuardia Airport after a long travel day. The 35-year-old actor shared a smiling photo of himself to Instagram with the caption, #mood after spending 7 hours on a plane for a 2-hour flight, but finally landing all good. Love y'all. Good night. #winter vortex is her. #Chicago weather ain't no joke. #smile. #troubadour. February 2nd. #freedom. According to TMZ, after Smollett arrived in Chicago around 2 a.m., he was hungry and went to a Subway. The attack reportedly occurred as he was leaving. Okay. It's interesting stuff. Well, but just get better, Mr. Smollett. Get better. Maroon 5 cancels pre-Super Bowl press conference in an unprecedented move. All right, let's see what's going on. The Super Bowl halftime show continues to stir controversy as the NFL announces that Maroon 5 will not participate in the traditional pregame press conference. The National Football League made the surprise announcement just 5 days before the musicians would take to the stage. In a press release, the league said that rather than participate in the press conference, the artists will participate in a social and digital media rollout in advance of the television show. Maroon 5 has been working hard on the Pepsi Super Bowl halftime show that will meet and exceed the standard of this event. The statement begins, as it is about music, the artists will let their show do the talking as they prepare to take the stage this Sunday. Maroon 5's agreement to perform for the halftime show has been a source of controversy ever since the band announced they will be performing in December. This is due in large part to the NFL's stance on players taking a knee during the national anthem. In May, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell instituted a new policy that would impose a fine upon any league or team personnel who are not standing and do not show respect for the flag and anthem. And this reportedly was the reason that Rihanna did not accept the honor. Us Weekly reported that the work singer said no because of the kneeling controversy. Then comedian Amy Schumer called on the band to step down as the headliners amid rumors of their halftime appearance in October. She spread the word about a petition on change.org demanding that the Adam Levine front group back out of the performance in solidarity with quarterback and free agent Colin Kaepernick. This pressure even caused Levine to question the band's decision. In November, he told Variety, "I'm still formulating a lot of things in regards to the performance." However, it appears the NFL won over Levine and the rest of the band by promising a $500,000 donation to the organization Big Brothers Big Sisters of America. We thank the NFL for the opportunity and also to them, along with Interscope Records, for making this donation to Big Brothers Big Sisters, which will have a major impact for children across the country, Levine told E! News. Empire creator Lee Daniels sends emotional message to Jussie Smollett, "Hold your head up." Let's see, he says, Lee Daniels is sending his love to actor and activist Jussie Smollett after news broke that he was hospitalized after being assaulted in Chicago. Earlier today, we learned that Smollett was the victim of a possible homophobic and racist attack, and the writer-director wants the actor to stay strong through all of this. Daniels shared his emotional reaction to the news on Instagram, saying, "It's taken me a minute to come to social media about this because, Jussie, you are my son. You didn't deserve to have a noose put around your neck, to have bleach thrown on you, to be called, died, F, and censor, or whatever they said to you, you are better. You are better than that. We are better than that. America is better than that. We have to love each other regardless of what sexual orientation we are, because it shows that we are united. Reassuring the actor to hold your head up, Daniels finishes his message. No racist F can come in and do the things that they do to you. Hold your head up, Justin. I'm with you. I'll be there in a minute. It's just another effing day in America. Ouch. The Empire creator captioned this video, "We got this," at Jussie Smollett. According to the Chicago police, 2 unknown suspects approached the Empire star and yelled racial and homophobic slurs towards him. The offenders assaulted the actor and poured an unknown chemical substance on him. At some point, they wrapped a rope around the actor's neck and fled the scene. Smollett was self-transported to the hospital. Daniels isn't the only person speaking out against Jussie's horrific attack. Danielle Brooks, Vivica A. Fox, John Legend, Shonda Rhimes, Zendaya, and more are calling for justice. Rhimes tweeted, We all have responsibility to rise up against the ignorance and hate out there. If you know who did this to at Jussie Smollett, report them to the police." Brooks added, "They can try to break you physically, but they can't break your spirit. To my friend at Jussie Smollett, I love you, King. I'm praying for you and your family. This is reality, America. We must do better." The NAACP president and CEO Derek Johnson also issued a statement on Smollett's assault. The recent racist and homophobic attack on acclaimed actor and activist Jussie Smollett is troubling. The rise in hate crimes is directly linked to President Donald J. Trump's racist and xenophobic rhetoric. Mind you, Golden State Media Concepts does not endorse anyone. I'm just reporting the story. We have here. So let me get back to it. So that's what he's saying. That's not what we are saying. It is dangerous for any society to allow a tone of divisiveness and hatred to dominate the political discourse, knowing that as this rhetoric continues to bleed into our everyday lives, dangerous behavior will continue to place many law-abiding individuals at risk. We pray for a full physical and mental recovery, Jussie Smollett, and many unnamed victims of this form of hate-based terrorism. The Chicago police are asking people who may have information on the incident to please contact Area Central Detectives at 312-747-8382 or report it anonymously to www.cpdtip.com. Our thoughts and prayers are with Jussie and his family during this time. DMX opens up about addiction, faith, and the state of the rap game. All right, let's see. Feels good to have DMX back in the fold, looks like. All right. Hip-hop secured a unanimous victory when DMX was released from prison last Friday. Now, the legendary rapper has been making the rounds, including a stop at Big Boy's neighborhood. While the full conversation is yet to be released, Big Boy has shared snippets of the full interview, which find X looking inward at his God, himself, and the rap game at large. When asked whether hip-hop is suffering from a case of misrepresentation, DMX offers his own perspective. It is, he explains, before citing a catalyst for change. Given his OG status, he's certainly able to play a role, though X believes the responsibility should be shouldered. But whoever has the ability to, first, the insight to see it, and the talent, and the ability, to do the right thing, it's all of our responsibility. Whoever can, not just myself. On that note, X mentions one of the game's most celebrated topics, the glorification of drugs, as part of the greater issue. They're all promoting drug use, he says. If that's what you want to do, that's your business. But you ain't got to promote it like it's cool and make it cool. Kids walk around like, I'm popping Molly, I'm popping perks. On that note, X takes a moment to reflect on his own drug-free lifestyle. I don't do anything, says DMX. I have a drink now and then, but that was never the problem. When asked about the specific problem, DMX is straight up about it. Cocaine, crack. I think we kind of knew that was the problem, he says, his tone revealing a hint of annoyance. I would get in trouble. It wasn't worth it. It seems difficult for X to reflect on the darkness, but Big Boy makes sure to send him some positive vibes. X seems to lighten up, explaining that he's been feeling the love in the streets since his release. I've come across my fans in the street. They're letting me know. Keep an eye out for the full interview set to drop on YouTube shortly, courtesy of Big Boy TV. Respect to X. There you go. See, and here's other stuff you don't hear about, especially when it comes to the hip-hop artists and rappers. let's spread some positivity here. Currency, the rapper, announces he's opening a burger joint in New Orleans. That's right. You know, musicians are starting to divest their money. Well, I guess not starting to. A lot of them have already been doing it for a long time. So let's see. Let's take a look. Take a look. So Currency announces he's opening a burger joint in New Orleans. He buys a Bud's Broiler out and plotting a rebrand. Okay. Currency is always flooding the streets with new music, but his new venture might eat up a bit more of his time. The rapper took to Instagram this weekend to reveal that he signed a deal to take over Staple Burger spot in New Orleans City Park area. And more on the story after this break.
Golden State Media Concepts bring you Book Review Podcast, a haven for bookworms of all ages and the widest genres, from mystery to memoirs, romance to comedy, fantasy to sci-fi. If you love to read, this is a podcast for you. It's the Golden State Media Concepts Book Review Podcast.
And you're listening to GSMC's Entertainment Podcast. This is your Captain Keith. Currency, aka Spitta, is getting into the burger game. The rapper revealed that he purchased Bud's Broiler in New Orleans and is rebranding it into Life Burger. The ink is dry. The ink dry is dry, so now I can talk about it. For years, me and my loved ones have pulled up to this historic location near City Park to enjoy a tasty burger. Recently, the place went up for sale. I was considering purchasing a Dawn and a Bentley. Instead, I bought a business. Now it's time to remodel and rebrand, he wrote on Instagram. Hashtag Life Burger, NOLA, coming soon at Musa 504. We got to bust another move because I still want the Bentley and the Dawn, though, haha. The original Bud's Broiler was a staple in the area. According to the New Orleans Advocate, the location shut down late last year in the midst of a dispute between Bud's Broiler's parent company and the franchise holder for the location. Ultimately, the City Park location and the second related franchise that opened in Baton Rouge in 2018 were shut down. Okay. Well, good luck, Currency, on your new financial endeavor. Jussie Smollett turned down extra security days before a brutal attack. Let's see. Empire star Jussie Smollett didn't want to be encumbered by an entourage of bodyguards when he wasn't working, despite an offer by Fox a week before the brutal attack. Sources close to the situation tell us security for the Empire cast was increased last week after Fox Studios in Chicago received that threatening homophobic letter addressed to Smollett. We're told Fox made the call to beef up security for everyone on set and wanted to give Jussie additional protection around the clock, but he declined. Our sources say he made the decision not to have extra security during off hours because it was an intrusive way of living. We broke the story the actor was brutally attacked by two men in Chicago after he arrived late Monday from New York and made a 2 a.m. run to Subway for food. The two men, both white and wearing ski masks, beat Jussie, put a rope around his neck, and poured bleach on him. As they left the injured actor, the men screamed, "MAGA country." Oh, goodness. Our Empire production sources tell us Jussie will have a 24/7 armed security guard going forward, at least until the two thugs are apprehended. Smollett missed shooting on Tuesday as he recovered from his injuries, but we're told he plans to return soon, and the show will go on as planned, although the shooting schedule will be reshuffled to accommodate Jussie. Chicago cops are still investigating the incident. The FBI continues to investigate the threatening letter containing the racist and homophobic slurs. Both agencies are trying to determine if the letter and the attack are connected. All right. And here's Ashton Kutcher's phone number, unless he just punked us all. Picture of Ashton Kutcher sitting on the couch. Let's see. They say that call or text can wait, but what if it's from Ashton Kutcher? On Tuesday afternoon, the Hollywood actor surprised fans on social media when he decided to post his phone number on social media. All right, oh my. I miss having a real connection with real people, my community. From now on, you can just text me, he shared with his 18 million Twitter followers. I won't be able to respond to everyone, but at least we can be real with each other, and I can share the unedited latest and greatest in my world. +1 319 519 0576. Ashton added, yes, this is my number. Since we're a bit curious, we decided to send a text on our mobile devices here at E! News. That's what they state. While he didn't personally reply to our questions, yet his automatic replies shed some light on what he's up to. Hey, it's Ashton. This is an auto text to let you know I got your message. Everything else would be from me. Make sure you click the link and add yourself to my phone so I can respond to you. He wrote, welcome to my community. The text continued, this is what the lawyers are making me text you. There would be no more of that. I miss having a real connection with real people in my community. From now on, you can just text me. I won't be able to respond to everyone, but at least we can be real with each other and I can share the unedited latest and greatest in my world. Yes, this is my #pic.twitter.com. Then it's ZDF5QZ. Let's see. Ashton Kutcher at A+APLUSK. Let's see. While we're still waiting for a personalized text back, we warn you that it may take a while. The actor alerted us that he's hard at work on the set of his Netflix sitcom. As for what he truly has up his sleeves, we're still guessing. A part of us knows he's a genius businessman who has appeared as a guest shark on Shark Tank. Okay. But how can we forget about all the seasons of pranking celebrities on MTV's Punk'd? We are smarter than that, we think. All right, so I'm definitely not going to be able to respond to every one of your questions, but love hearing from you. Ashton shared another text message. I'm on the set of the ranch right now. We'll send updates soon. Have the best damn day you can. Whatever the case may be, you caught our attention, Ashton. Well done. And that was pretty cool, actually, because, celebrities don't usually do stuff like that. Let's see. And in more entertainment news, Gwyneth Paltrow slams lawsuit over alleged hit-and-run ski. Let's see. Gwyneth Paltrow is being sued for allegedly pulling a hit-and-run while skiing in 2016. The alleged incident took place on the slopes of the Deer Valley Resort in Park City, Utah, in February 2016. Court documents obtained by E! News allege Gwyneth Paltrow skied out of control and hit the back of Terry Sanderson, another skier who was downhill. When the award-winning actress hit the then 44-year-old doctor, the complaint alleges she knocked him down hard, knocking him out, causing a brain surgery, 4 broken ribs, and other injuries, the complaint alleges. Wow. Per the Skier Responsibility Code, which is a Summit County ordinance, skiers are required to immediately stop at the scene of such collision and render to any person injured in such collision reasonable assistance. The ordinance also requires that any skiers involved in a collision shall give his name and address to an employee of the ski area operator. However, Sanderson and another witness claim Paltrow got up, turned, and skied away, leaving Sanderson stunned, lying in the snow, seriously injured. Damn. Ouch. Sanderson also alleges that an instructor falsely accused Sanderson of causing the crash, allegedly filled out and signed an incident report, falsely stating that Gwyneth Paltrow did not cause the crash, even though the ski instructor did not see the crash, according to the complaint. Sanderson and his lawyer allege that the value of damages is more than $3,100,000. Okay. And will be seeking reparations. At a Tuesday press conference, the 46-year-old doctor emotionally recalled the trauma he suffered due to the alleged incident. KUTV reporter Dan Raskin reports that Terry Sanderson said, reliving this is hard. Skiing with 5 other friends, it was a beautiful day. We passed 2 signs, slow down. I heard this hysterical scream. Instantaneous, I got hit in the back. Remember going down. That's all I remember. In a statement to E! News, Gwyneth Paltrow said, this lawsuit is completely without merit, and we expect to be vindicated. Oh, my, oh, my. Miss Paltrow. Okay. So we'll see what happens. And in more entertainment news, Matt Reeves wants his standalone Batman movie to be about the world's greatest detective. Batman's movie appearance of late have focused on the Dark Knight's more physical side. He is, after all, both vengeance and the Knight. So we're kind of just used to Batman stalking through shadows and beating the bejesus out of people. But Matt Reeves' long percolating Batman film wants to bring Bruce back to his more cerebral side. It feels like the Batman, or whatever this movie ends up ultimately being called, is still a ways off in DC's ever fluctuating, ever expanding plans for its cinematic slate. But still, it's nice to get an update every once in a while to remind us that it's actually still being thought about beyond the realm of hey. Beyond the realm of hey. Is Ben Affleck going to be in this thing or what? The latest update comes courtesy of an exclusive sit-down Reeves had with The Hollywood Reporter, discussing his career, current projects, and of course the long shadow of Batman. Here's what Reeves had to say about his plans. It's very much a point of view driven noir Batman tale. It's told very squarely on his shoulders, and I hope it's going to be a story that will be thrilling but also emotional. It's more Batman in his detective mode than we've seen in the films. The comics have a history of that. He's supposed to be the world's greatest detective, and that's not necessarily been a part of what the movies have been. He's right, actually. I love this to be one where when we go on the journey of tracking down the criminals and trying to solve a crime, it's going to allow his character to have an arc so that he can go through a transformation. Given Batman's proliferation in movie form over the years, it's nice to see that the latest addition to the Bat-movie canon actually wants to explore the fact that this guy got his start in a little book called Detective Comics. Let him do some detective work. Right on. As the DC movieverse continues to diversify and expand its tone, we can leave the big punch-up spectacle to other heroes for a bit. A Batman film that's a little more subdued, a little more about Bruce hunting for a mysterious case to solve, something that's dark and moody in the noir sense, and not so much in the Martha sense. That's something that could be really worth the long wait we've had for this movie so far. Yeah, you're making a jibe at Batman vs Superman, but like I said, I think it was a good movie. I enjoyed it a lot. I saw it 3 times. So, I'm definitely a fan of Zack Snyder's work. Let's see. And in more news, Spider-Man's Zendaya may join Dune as the Fremen warrior Chani. Yes, the star-stuffed cast of Denis Villeneuve's Dune continues to grow. A new report says Zendaya, Spider-Man from Far From Home, is in talks to join the latest adaptation of Frank Herbert's classic work. Collider reports Zendaya is in negotiations to play the role of Chani, a Fremen warrior who eventually becomes Paul Atreides' companion, played by Timothée Chalamet. The Hollywood Reporter also followed up with his own story. Atreides first meets Chani after he and his mother, Rebecca Ferguson, escaped from Arrakeen and joined the desert-dwelling Fremen of Arrakis. She's never seen him before, but he knows who she is after having a series of visions about her. That's right, Paul dreams about her. As far as the rest of the cast goes, in addition to Chalamet, we recently learned that Oscar Isaac is in talks to star as his father. Dune will also feature Charlotte Rampling as Reverend Mother Mohim. Stellan Skarsgård as Baron Harkonnen. Ooh, okay. And Dave Bautista as his nephew. I knew it. The Beast Rabban, Glasser Rabban. I knew it. I can't see him playing Fade, but I see him playing the Beast, Glasser Rabban, Harkonnen. No release date has been announced yet for Dune, but you can catch Zendaya in Spider-Man movie Far From Home on July 5th. Okay? Right on. So I am looking forward to the new Dune movie and the reboot. That should be a lot of fun. Been waiting a long time for this. A long time. Let's see. Was there anything else good people of the planet Earth and the known universe I want to talk about? Let me see. Got my thinking cap on. So we'll leave with this. All right. Kevin Smith just dropped major info about Zack Snyder's planned Justice League trilogy. Just like the Avengers did in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Justice League saw the starring heroes of the DC Extended Universe coming together to defeat a threat none of them could have handled on their own. Unlike the Avengers, Justice League was drastically altered during the course of its creation from what director Zack Snyder originally planned, with the final cut resembling a Frankenstein-like creation that underwhelmed critically and commercially as a result. The plan to make more Justice League movies has been put on hold, but filmmaker and longtime DC Comics fan Kevin Smith has provided details about what Snyder supposedly had planned for his Justice League trilogy, and would have seen the cosmic side of the DCEU opening up even further. One second. This is true. I mean, during the latest episode of Fat Man Beyond, Kevin Smith mentioned that during his trip to the Star Wars episode, I don't even know what that is, 5 or something, set in London months back, I can't remember numerals, he met members of the crew who had also worked in Justice League. They claimed to have seen storyboards illustrated by DC's co-publisher Jim Lee for what was in store for all 3 Justice League movies back when Zack Snyder was still working on Justice League. Regarding that first movie, what we saw in theaters was basically the same story that was conceived, only at the end, a boom tube opens up, presumably the same one that those parademons dragged Steppenwolf through, and on the other side was Darkseid. Exactly. Steppenwolf's master. He sees the Justice League on the other side and vice versa, which paves the way for Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg to take the fight to Apocalypse in Justice League 2. One would imagine Justice League 2 would have also seen the protagonists either visiting New Genesis as well or meeting some of the Denzians, given that the world and Apocalypse are the 2 main anchors of Jack Kirby's fourth world mythology. But that wouldn't have been the only cosmic element in the sequel. Apparently, the Green Lantern Corps would have been involved as well. In fact, remember that deleted Justice League scene, part of which was also in a trailer, where Alfred Pennyworth meets Superman and tells him that he prays he's not too late? Kevin Smith heard that when that scene was shot, green lights were flashing on Jeremy Irons, meaning that Alfred was originally interacting with the Green Lantern, although it wasn't said specifically which Emerald Knight. However, similarly to how things turn out for the heroes of the MCU at the end of Avengers, Infinity War, Justice League 2 would have ended poorly for its heroes. They would have been defeated by Darkseid, who then goes to Earth and levels it, meaning that the nightmare vision that Bruce Wayne had in Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice would have come to pass, and Justice League 3 would have seen the heroes making one last stand against Darkseid and the forces of Apocalypse. Man. This just bums me out. Needless to say that this is a lot to chew on. But keep in mind that this information is by no means official. Even if it is true, one also can't rule out that the details have been embellished by these crew members, either accidentally or on purpose. Nevertheless, hearing about this Justice League trilogy, I can't help but agree with Kevin Smith that we might have missed something, and that's not even taking into account other things we've heard about these Justice League sequels, like how Zack Snyder was interested in killing off Batman. It makes one wonder if even more what the Snyder Cut would have looked like. Assuming all this information about the Justice League trilogy is true, then clearly Zack Snyder had a grand vision for these heroes, counting Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, that adds to the 5-movie run that we previously heard had been in the works. It is worth noting, though, that Justice League 3 has never been a guarantee. Back when the initial state of DCEU movies was announced in late 2014, Justice League Part 2, as it was known then, was scheduled to come out this June, but then plans changed so that Justice League would be one movie as opposed to split into 2 parts, and then Justice League 2 was eventually taken off the calendar. This is all a bummer. Let's see. Well, give people of the planet Earth, you get the gist. Zack Snyder had an elaborate thing planned for that franchise. And maybe we'll get the Snyder Cut for Justice League, and maybe we won't. I don't know. We'll see. But even Jason Momoa, Aquaman, has gone publicly on record and stated that he wants to see the Snyder Cut as well. So, well, good people of the planet Earth and the known universe, thank you for listening to Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast. It's your Captain Keith. I hope you had a good time. I know I did. Appreciate you all. And until next time, I'll see you somewhere out in space.
You've been listening to the Golden State Media Concepts Entertainment Podcast, part of the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to find all the shows from the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. From movies to music, from sports to entertainment, and even weird news. You can also follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.